the research. A lot of the knowledge they have comes from from the drug companies. I knew a doctor. He was the chief of surgery at St. Joe's, and he told me how many products were brought to doctors by drug companies and told to try this and let us know what the results are. In other words, patients were a part of a test or an experiment by the drug companies, and doctors were going along because they got these drugs free, and they were part of that entire complex. If it involved my child and the things that are happening to these children have been documented, I'd have to run the risk of going to jail if I couldn't afford to move to a state where these medications are legal. My child would mean that much to me. I couldn't think of myself as being a father anyway if I stayed at home with my child, watched these kind of things befalling my child, and I didn't do anything about it when there was something that could be done about it because I feared going to jail. If I were in jail, if my child were too young to understand that at the time, my child would understand it when he or she became old enough to understand it, that your father went to jail, gave up his freedom, trying to do something to help you. So on the one hand, I hear all this talk about compassion. There's no compassion in this. These are political issues that are being raised, and when I'm told that HHS is upset about this or that, it's because the governor told them and dictated to them what they are to do, and if they want to keep their job, they will do it. He sent a man from HHS to put that department on record as favoring discrimination, a type of discrimination which in other states resulted in the loss of licenses of these adoption agencies that were so discriminating. This governor is such a zealot, along with the Attorney General, that their ideology overbalances everything else. And I say again, our job is to write the laws. Our job is to enact that legislation that will be beneficial to the citizens. And I've often heard people say on this floor, if you were in this situation, if your child, they use that, except now when we have not theoretical children, not abstract concepts, but actual children who are suffering in this manner, and we're going to allow political decisions from the governor's office dictate to us what we know we ought to do as legislators. I don't smoke. I wish that nobody did, but smoking is legal. It kills people. Alcohol is now determined to be the gateway drug to other drugs, but it's a legal industry. The product is legal. The right people are making money. In this situation, the people making money and contributing to politicians have said, we don't want this out there, and it won't be out there. I think it would be wrong to send this back to committee, not because Senator Williams is operating at the behest of the governor or anybody else, but because that's what is dictating to HHS to take the positions that they take. Any agency or individual would like to do as little work as possible. So if we would refrain from enacting laws because the agency assigned to deal with it says it's too much work, we should change that agency or get other people in charge. But those words read to us by Senator Williams indicates is that the legislature is making sure it is not improperly delegating legislative authority to HHS in this very critical area, but rather providing the type of specific directives that are necessary. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Chambers. Senator Heckelman, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I just want to follow up on a couple of comments because I think Senator Epke and Senator